Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. We are back in the files on the dev server, and there was a little update that turned up, and I thought we would kind of go over it. There's a few little things which kind of sat here now, which are not on the dev server. The Yukikaze actually ended up making it to the dev server, along with a few other changes to the Leclerc MSC and a few other things we'll talk about later. But right now, let's focus on the new additions in the files. So you know how basically there's a ton of MiG-29s nowadays. So you've got the MiG-29 for Germany. You also have like the Hungarian one. You have the standard one here as well, the G, and then also stuff like the SMT. Well, there's another one. This vehicle that you can see right here. This is known as the MiG-29 Sniper, which is a fantastic name, by the way. Huge fan of that. And what this is a big upgrade to the MiG-29 from the Romanians to try and keep it in service. So another one of those kind of, I suppose you class it as like an MLU project, like a midlife update or upgrade. But unfortunately, it didn't save this thing from kind of going extinct. They instead just decided to withdraw it from service, even after a bunch of upgrades were kind of designed for it. So, what are the differences between this and like the standard MiG-29 that the Romanians used? Well, the basic difference from a game point of view would be a different RWR, and then also technically different internal systems, depending on what they decide to add into the game. Like a lot of the changes were basically to the electronics in the cockpits and also for the vehicle itself. So the only one that you would kind of see a difference with is the Alizra SPS 20V radar warning receiver, which would be a lot better than the previous SPO system, which of course was the Russian one. And also, at the same time, you had stuff like the N019E Topaz radar, which basically is the same as what was on it before. And also the weaponry was very similar too. So what you got out of this vehicle would be R27Rs, you would also have R60Ms, and also R73s. It had the pylons on either side, but then also it had some central pylons that technically you could hold stuff on too. So you could carry two R27Rs and then stuff like six R60Ms or six R73s. You could also bring some rockets, some bombs, and also some incendiaries as well on top of it. So it's looking like you're going to get some kind of Romanian vehicle, probably for the Italian tech tree, because obviously they've been putting a lot of Romanian stuff in the Italian tech tree. They've said many times that they're going to continue to add Romanian and Hungarian stuff to the Italian tech tree. But maybe this comes in as a Russian event vehicle or something, since, you know, it looks very similarly to like an event vehicle. I highly doubt it's going to be like a premium or anything like that, because there are just kind of like better versions of these types of things that they could add. But you never know. That has like a nice little insignia there, which is pretty cool. And the camo itself is really nice. So there's also a few other things that have turned up. First of all, we have the good old AAQ. So you know how there's the AAQ2 FLIR pod? This is for Japan. Pretty sure it's on the new kind of Mitsubishi F2. So you'll get to see that. Well, guess what? Boom. You may recognize this if you are familiar with American systems. This is the ANAAQ 33 Sniper. This is the advanced targeting pod. It's one of the most modern targeting pods when it comes to, well, I suppose modern day military stuff. It's used on things like the F-16, the F-15, and also stuff like the Tornadoes that we have in game. There's also a few vehicles that use it that aren't in the game, such as stuff like the CF-18 and also the B-1B. Basically, it's just a better version of the FLIR setup, and it means that it has increased distance that you can see stuff in and will just be better at its general job. You can see here they've even added in all of the text and stuff, which is just fantastic. So vehicles that will get access to this if they decide to bring it in, obviously stuff like the F-15E would be a big candidate for a pod like this. They've already added a pretty crazy missile to it, in the form of the AIM-120C, which has actually changed, by the way, on this dev server, so we'll probably have a look at it now. But also, you can get this good old pod. But as I said, I don't think this is actually on the dev server yet, along with a lot of the other stuff, but we'll have to see what ends up happening in the future. The other thing as well is the Johnson. So you have, of course, this decoration. This is for the Normandy event, which we talked about previously. It looks straight out of the one from Enlisted, and I'm sure, we'll give you a nice little setup on it. So yeah, this is just going to be the Normandy one, just to give you a little look at also the other Normandy things that are turning up. I always forget this thing's name, the good old T-86. Don't get annoyed at me, game, please. I haven't done anything to you. So yeah, this is still in the files. It's not available on the dev server, but we do have confirmation about the event for it now. So they actually put out a big post which talks about when it's going to turn up. You can actually find it, the Normandy 44 event, as it's known, and it's going to be available from the 5th of June until the 17th of June. So even though this is on the dev server now, it'll probably be on the live server before a lot of the other dev server stuff will, because of the fact that it's a little bit, a little bit early compared to when the update's going to come out. So check that out when it turns up. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Warthunder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.